Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I think the questionnaires have said they are happy with the answer from the Minister, but I am far from it. The shilling is on the free fall. The dollar is the foreign exchange of trade in this country. For the Minister to say that let the market decide, I think it's very dangerous for this economy. For the dollar to be the dollarization, a very interesting word. Those countries are able to do that because their economies are very strong. These are the countries we trade with, largely in importation. So what the Minister should be telling this House is what is the Treasury or the Central Bank doing so that the shilling is not on the free fall, so that the importers and exporters are going to get value for money, and that the government is not just sitting on its hands, the government is doing something about it. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Junet.
Mr. Speaker, if you have listened carefully to the Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Speaker, one of the things that has come out clearly is a lot of theory is killing our economy. Mr. Speaker, look at, he said, the Cabinet Secretary said that the interbank rate is working. Mr. Speaker, I don't think there is any interbank rate that is working at the moment. People are buying the dollar at any rate they found anywhere in the market. Secondly, the answer that we got from the Cabinet Secretary is that let the will of God happen. We cannot do anything about it. Let God decide for us as we watch as human beings. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, the question I want to ask him is that the government-to-government petroleum procurement system was supposed to help bring down the dollar to a rate that is possible, that is low. But Mr. Speaker, from the time we engaged in the G2G petroleum project, the shilling has depreciated by 25%, leave alone strengthening. And yesterday the Minister issued a long statement saying that if we did not do that, the shilling even will have been worse. Can he share with us how worse will it have been? Will it be 300, 400, 200? Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, if the Minister is saying he's helpless as we are, then let us agree together that let us just watch as things fall apart and the center is not holding. But I have also a supplementary question. I'm coming back, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, you can...
Let me start with hedging. Using gold to hedge, I think this is a fantastic question, but you do remember that the gold standard ended in 1981, and it's because you still have, it is not a currency, it's a hedging instrument, but you still have to go to a point of sale. And that is a problem because you may not determine which way the hedging would go. But unfortunately, the flexibility of currencies outside hedging instruments is becoming very, very important, and it has been appreciated. I am familiar with, even 2 days ago, I saw some newspaper reports showing that Tanzanians were buying gold to hedge against currency depreciation, but they still face the issue of moving into a point of sale to actually convert it into a convertible currency. The whole issue is what you do with your portfolio choice is actually very, very important. And what we can do here is to provide information how you can deal with your portfolio choice in given circumstances. The second point is about diaspora dollars in terms of flow. We do believe, and we have recognized this for many years, that diaspora remittances are problematic because you're charged the cost of transfer, and they are also fixed in terms of the exchange rate. It's in a sense, you lose double. That's why towards the end of the 2000 and the beginning of the 2000, the decade of 2000, there were so many what we call pseudo currencies or cryptocurrencies, and they were actually, to try and defeat the process, they were actually established just because of the frustrations of cross-border payment system. So in a sense, what I'm really saying is that we have to improve our cross-border payment system just along the lines I said about PAPs, or even a currency or a payment system that is currency neutral, for us to beat this problem, especially from the diaspora. I do agree that the the currency, the trading, the payment system that is currency neutral is very, very important. I do understand that there is a feeling that we should go into single currency. But we were there looking at the euro. And obviously there are lessons to be learned. But single currency is a political decision. And I'm here with you that would be saying that this is where we need to go. But coordinating so many countries to take one single currency takes a bit of time. In fact, our advice is actually going into payment system and then create a numeraire that numeraire can actually be exchanging across those countries. I'm sorry, this is not theory. It is actually practice. It is extremely very practical. Markets are segmented in our region. It depends on which segment of the market you operate in. And that is why when you go into a particular market, you find a different rate. But there is a unifying rate. Let me say that the most important thing is to accept that there have been policy mistakes. And those policy mistakes, we are paying for them very hard. I wouldn't go through it, Honorable Speaker, because some of it I'm already accused of being theoretical. It can be extremely theoretical.